With tech shit. With tech shit. We wreck shit. With tech shit. With tech shit. We wreck shit. With tech shit. With tech shit. We wreck shit. With tech shit.
You could feel your eyeballs floating out your face, melting out all over the place. Your mind is a disgrace. Heard the word it grew, and now you're part of the human race. Again, begin again, make you grin. Feel the freedom of sin, baby.
With tech shit. With
Sorry
tech
about
shit.
that. We are live. We are live now. We are going to be exposing these defalcators here.
We wreck shit.
These bad seeds here. These miscreants.
Tech shit. We wreck shit. With tech shit.
Somebody could confirm with me you do hear the audio. Yes, the audio is on and running. Alrighty, let me just go ahead and share this feed with a batch here. Everybody, please, it is suggested you record this, screen record this, because this character has a habit of having it removed because his name is going to show, obviously, public records to show. So, let me send this out live now. Share on all platforms. This video will be removed. Alright. Okay, so if you guys are wondering, this is Frauditor Troll here. I exposed this guy long time ago, right? So we're going to be reading. If you guys notice, Frauditor Troll, he's been very quiet on his Frauditor Troll channel, right? It's like I have a spirit and I know what's up with these bad actors here, because the reason why he has not been posting on his channel, on his Frauditor Troll channel so much, is because he's feeling the heat and he's being sued, right, for copyright infringement as we speak. So what he's doing now is he has another channel called 15 Minutes of Shame. If you go to the channel on YouTube called 15 Minutes of Shame, you'll hear his voice. He runs that channel. He runs about 7 or 8 channels total. He's making decent money. He's very smart when it comes to creating these channels and making this money and just using his voice, right? He's really good at that. But the thing, what he doesn't know is that money does not build character. Money does not build heart. Money does not show compassion. You could be the biggest scumbag and you could have a whole lot of money. But this is just, you know, so how he's contradicting himself is there's a guy named John Felix who interviewed Frauditor Troll. They had a debate. Frauditor Troll made it very clear he made a lie. Frauditor Troll said that his lifestyle, he's from the United States. But now if you go to the 15 Minutes of Shame channel, it'll clearly show Canada, where Frauditor Troll's operating that channel from. But that's just little, little nonsense here and there. What they try to lie with Frauditor Troll and his wife, his husband. So what we're going to get into right now is a lawsuit, right? We're going to read the 15-page lawsuit. We're going to show the world what it's all about. Now, let me just make this clear here, too. There's another auditor, there's another frauditor just like Frauditor Troll, but in my opinion, he's almost as bad, or maybe even a little bit more. Once I expose that person, that other YouTuber, there's going to be about 5 or 6 other channels from these Frauditor channels that are going to take a downfall with him. Frauditor Troll is going to be attached with a sexual complaint from another YouTuber, right? YouTuber doing sexual complaint, doxing, death threats, and all that. So with that being said, once I go ahead and start striking the other YouTuber, I'm telling you right now, there's going to be 4 or 5 other YouTubers. I'm not going to say no names. They're going to come right down, man. I'm telling you. Okay? So with that being said, now let's get into this case here with this miscreant, him and his wife. So let me give you guys a backstory here of how this all happened and how this all came about. There was an auditor named Mass Accountability. When Frauditor Troll first started his channel was about 4 years ago, a year after I started my channel. I started my channel in 2020. This pig comes and starts his channel a year later in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously this pig, the first thing he does is he chooses a channel and he starts defaming them. It'll be cool and funny if he bashes on others, cool, you know, if it's fun and games. But the way that Frauditor Troll, him and his wife say it, and the hate that they have, it's very disgusting because they hate themselves in order for them to hate others. So that's a weakling. I don't like weaklings like that go and antagonize. So he attacked somebody named Mass Accountability. And so Mass Accountability was able to, this was when Frauditor Troll first started. Frauditor Troll did not know if somebody copyrights one of his videos that he stole, that his name will be there. So what Mass Accountability did is he was able to locate this pig's full name, Jonathan Hudden, and his wife, Nikia Orhiri or whatever. So he did a Facebook search on them, and he was able to extract just 2 or 3 images. I wish he pulled their whole data. But he was able to extract this image along with 2 or 3 other images. So this is how we had his name, and we found out who is behind the channel, which you see these pigs on the channel here, right? And I haven't even begun with these guys yet. I really have not begun. I'm telling you, they're going to wish they never disrespected themselves, right? So what I'm going to do here is, how I found this out is 2 years later, after we could not find any additional data, I typed in Frauditor Troll's full legal name along with his wife's name, and it showed a corporation. Now, they're running a Canadian corporation in Canada, in Gwillimbury, Canada. And that corporation is registered to their house that they rent. They rent a nice, decent mansion in Gwillimbury, Canada, right? So now, this pig on the screen here, what he did at the time, this shows you how weak-hearted he is. At the time, he said, oh, him and his wife wanted to flex their, what they call $2.2 million house. So he shot a video showing off his house that he's renting and saying, look, this is how we're living. Frauditors can't live like this. They're broke boys. We're getting real money. This was only 6 months into his channel when it first started. So then he deleted that video after a few months later. Then I told you, 2 years later, I cross-reference his name, and his corporation gives me his home address, which is the identical pictures on Zillow.com and Realtor.com in Canada, identical images to the same house he's living in and running his Canadian corporation with. I'm going to encourage all to contact his corporation and let him know, contact his law enforcement, whatever you folks want to do. We're gonna do that. We're gonna contact his government officials, and we're gonna let them know the crimes that he is committing. He loves to always point fingers at what he calls frauditors and try to tear their life apart, right? When they want to make a few dollars, maybe on their YouTube channel, or maybe they just want to they want to live their life unbothered and have the right to record in public, right? 9 times out of 10, it's somebody walks up to the cameraman and engages the cameraman. But this guy is such a good deceiver that he deceives. He's a compulsive liar, right? The very first video this pig put up about me was pointing out my fingernail, and he said, is Audit them a drug user? That's the very first video he put out about me 4 years ago. Imagine that, attacking somebody else and try to claim they are a drug user because you've seen an image of his pinky nail. This just shows you the type of spirit that he has, right? So with that being said, we're going to get into the suit right now. We're going to read through it. I knew deep down in my heart, I knew there's a reason why this piglet is not releasing any videos on his channel, right? Yeah, oh yeah, Vegas. The Canadian police, we have not begun this yet. I don't think a single soul has done this yet. But Canada is much more stricter than the United States, and they don't tolerate this type of shit. Especially if he's associating a corporation, a business that he's running to try to attempt to ruin other people's lives in the United States. What is this pig and his people responsible for? They're responsible for contacting your job site, contacting you YouTubers, probation officers, contacting your sheriff department, contacting your police department. These people bother people. They go out of their way to lie about people and deceive on people and try to point fingers and make it look like the auditor's the bad guy. But really, this scam artist right here that you see on the screen, he is a miscreant, him and his wife. So we're gonna pull up the case here right now, and believe me, I mentioned this many times, man. The other 4 or 5 other little frauditor channels, once I attack their king, and when I say attacked, I'm talking about in paperwork, affidavits and stuff, those other 4 or 5 channels will be coming down with them, because these people are not of any decent humanity. These people are of ill intent, right? For example, if they believe an auditor is doing something bad, or if they believe an auditor is harassing people in the street in front of a post office or in front of a business or whatever, all right, cool. Be reasonable. Try to work with the auditor. Maybe an extended arm to the auditor to try to let them know, hey man, this is what we believe you're doing. This is how we could help. Maybe we could try to resolve. No, but these people double down. These people have the spirit that they joy, they love, and they think it's glorious when other American citizens attempt to exercise their right on the side of the road, and Frauditor Troll thinks it's glorious and so funny that these Americans standing up for their right are being tased and having their windows shattered. You see, this is what I dislike so much. And Frauditor Troll and all them other 4 or 5 channels, they don't know how their spirit would cause so much destruction towards them in their own lives years to come from now. Right? They don't know this. So with that being said, it's funny for them. They're pocketing in so much money. So now look at what Frauditor Troll's doing. Now he's feeling the heat from the auditors, right? He's feeling the heat, so he's not putting out contact on the Frauditor Troll channel no more. Now he thinks it's much easier for him to make money on his channel, which is called 15 Minutes of Shame, which what he does there is he bashes on pregnant women, white women, all type of women that are drunk driving, or they get busted at Walmart for petty theft or whatever it is. He's just bashing. He thinks it's much more easier just to receive body cam footage and bash on these people that don't have no channels. He's banking money, but the totality of his 8 channels is a cloud of negativity. It's only about people in pain and suffering. This is what he loves, and him and his crew love doing. And believe me, most of his subscribers, I have a database of these people. I've been collecting this information 3-4 years. They're all going to be attached to a sexual harassment complaint with their king, racism, right? It's all going to be something very lovely. But now we're going to pull up this lawsuit right here so we could see it. This is going to be in the federal district. Let me open that up. So with that being said, it's like there's no win for these deceivers. The win is always going to be with the American people, the brave American standing up, attempting to stand up for his right. That's where dignity is always going to align with. Even though we take embarrassment, even though we get persecuted and we get lied about and bashed on, these people's time is up, man. I'm telling you. Imagine how much chaos and destruction these 2 pigs on the screen that you see caused. They cause so much destruction just so he could sit that he wants to, just so he could say on his live streams that he wants to drink a cocktail and eat a duck or eat, you know, a fancy chicken, right? He wants to show off that he's so rich. But like I said, money does not make you have dignity or respect. You know what I'm saying? Bashing on other people and man, I'm telling you. Let's pull this up right here. Alrighty, let's pull this up. And like I said, here's the beautiful thing too, before I pull this up. There's followers that follow these troll channels. I got about 40 of their details, their full name, their full home address, and their businesses. So since they wish harm and wish that you be arrested for exercising your rights and wish that you be violently attacked, these 40 or 50 business people that I have, they're going to be part of Frauditor Troll's sexual harassment enterprise, and or the other one that I'm not saying no name. This is a big enterprise that we're linking all these people in together. So these professional businesses that the followers have is going to be associated with sexual harassment and or menacing, right? Across state lines, menacing. All right, so let me pull this up right now. Here it is. Alrighty. And like I said, I encourage everybody to screen record this video because this pig will have this video removed. I'm going to show his name, which is all public record. This is not to dox someone. This is to give people information on who else wants to sue this pig, scrub him for every penny he has, right? Because he's heartless. These folks are cold-blooded, man. I'm telling you. I just don't understand. I'm sad for them that they don't. In the Bible it says man knows not what he does, right? So let's see. Let's pull this up. Alrighty. Salute to everybody in the chat. I'm sorry I couldn't get to everybody. I'm just pulling up these documents. Alrighty. Hopefully this one is it. And nope, this is the cover sheet. This bad boy. Here we go. Alrighty, 8 pages. Yep, this is it. Alright, now let me put this on the screen here. Let me click on this. Everybody, whoever's screen recording this, please press the number 1. Confirm with me that you are screen recording this. If you would please press the number 1. Let's see. I'll try to even download this video before it gets removed. But just to be on the safe side, if somebody could confirm with me that they are recording the stream, I don't want it to get deleted without me having a copy of it. So let me see, add a window. Alrighty, plus window capture. Alrighty, here we go. Yep, here we go. Oh, wrong one. Alrighty. Oh, Jeremy, long time, bro. Alrighty, here it is. Let me zoom in. Okay, so I found this today. This is a lawsuit. I don't know who Robert Lewis is. Salute to Robert Lewis. This is all public record, by the way, okay? Nothing in here is doxing. This is all public record. And this is in the United States District Court of the Southern District of California. Here, take a screenshot. This is the case number. I obtained this from the government website here in the Federal District. This is Robert L. Parker, PhD. That's a doctor right there. And it's versus the pig himself, Jonathan Hudden Hnulot. I think that's a French name. He's probably transsexual. He has 2 last names. I'm not sure. I'm just saying that. But, so this is a copyright violation and interference with prospective business advantage, right? This is in the California district. So, number one, the parties, plaintiff Robert L. Parker is an individual residing in San Diego, California. Defendant Jonathan Hudden as individual residing at 99 Wall Street. No, he's not residing at 99 Wall Street. That's BS. He's residing in Canada. Okay, and I will show the video. This address, I am aware of this address. This is an address that Frauditor Troll uses. Matter of fact, before we get to that, let me pull up Frauditor Troll's corporation and active address before we continue here. Let me put that all on the screen. Give me a minute. Alrighty. So I have not read this case yet. We're all reading it together. Let me pull up Jonathan Hudden's real information. Well, regardless, that's a good address for him to be served. He will have to answer in court. He has a female attorney. I have her contact information. Here it is. And if the pig himself wants to come in here, Frauditor Troll, he's more than welcome to. So here it is. Let's see. Corporation. Federal corporation. Alrighty. Let me pull this up on the screen right here. Alrighty. So let's see here. Oh yeah, that's on the screen already. Alright, great. So if we look here, guys. Oh wow. Okay. Alright. Oh, here's another address for him. Oh wow, I did not see this one. But no, this is not it. Everybody take a screenshot of this highlight right here if you want to look that up. 724 Churchill Avenue. Let me take an image of that one. But I'm going to show you his active corporation. He does have an active corporation in Canada. Here it is right here. This is it right here. All right, guys, if you Google this number right here, Canada Inc., this is his active corporation. And it's telling you this number right here, Canada Inc., is located at 125 Stewart Crescent, Gwillimbury, West Gwillimbury, Canada. And it is active. So if we really wanted to, I'm talking about 10, 15, 20 people, hundreds of people contact this corporation, let him know of the crimes he claims others are doing, but the crimes he's actually doing outside of his corporation, which is linked to his home. Here it is active. And who are the people that run this channel? It is this pig himself, Jonathan Hudden Hulot, and his wife, or husband, Nikira O'Hary. And they are both located at this address. If you go to his channel right now called, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. 1 minute. Give me a minute here. Let's see. Alrighty. Let's pull this bad ticket up. So it's gonna be he has a new channel that he posts a daily. He thinks he could get away with that. It's called 15 minutes. 15 minutes of shame. And I gave this pig an opportunity a long time ago to come clean. He never did. He's just a real life scumbag, man. Real shady character. And I don't know how he does not see the type of harm he's doing for the long run, right? I don't think people like him have any saving, but really we haven't even got to him yet. Alrighty, so here it is. Let me pull this on the screen here. So if you go to his channel, 15 Minutes of Shame, which we have on the screen right here, it shows you clearly that he's running an operation out of Canada, okay? He just started this channel less than a year ago, and he's already have 17 million views. What he shows on here, he shows mostly white women, pregnant women, or whatever it is, getting tased. Look, his entire channel is just his voice doing commentary, and people being arrested, and people being bashed, and people having their doors slammed, you know what I'm saying? And it's a bad feel, man. It's all the way around. He's dishing out about 4 or 5 videos per day, just bashing on people and being negative all the way around. You know what I'm saying? But negativity attracts negativity. So there's his channel. He's been quiet on his other one. Now, if we Google his address that's located on his corporation, we are going to find his realtor. This is his address right here. This is his current corporation. This is where he's running his corporation out of his home, which is all public record. This is all public record. Nothing that I'm giving you is private. This is not any means to dox the pig or piglet. This is just for others to hold him accountable if need be, right? So let's see here. Alrighty, that one didn't pull up on the screen. Alright, so here's another. Let's try to get this one right here. Right, here it is. Alright, well, this, you gotta log in to see this image too. Here's the house that he's currently living in right now. Right? Alright, now, how was I able to make it make sense, right? Here's his house right here. This is before they removed the furniture. So let me go ahead and pull up the video here, the other video. Give me a minute. Take a screenshot of this. I just want to give you guys the backstory because not everybody knows how it all started. So we're going to be exposing the alleged rapist from Ohio. There's an alleged rapist in Ohio too. We're going to get to that too. I'm not saying no names as of right now, but when I take that one down, 4 or 5 other people are coming down with him. I just moved silent. I haven't really spoke about the other channel for about 2 years, and I made it clear. But he currently has sexual harassment allegations against him. It's all coming to an end, man. I'm telling you. These people, they're just scoundrels. So now let me pull up Frauditor Troll himself showing off his house, right? Let me pull that on the screen right here. And then we're going to get to the lawsuit immediately. We're going to get to the lawsuit right after that. Righty, let me see. And I'm sorry, guys, I could not look at all the comments. But share this on all platforms. We might even, whoever has the copy of this video, we're going to put it on Rumble. We're going to put it on Rumble, and we're going to put it on websites where he cannot have those videos removed. We're going to blast this video all over, and then on top of that, we're going to start contacting the corporations of Canada and letting them know about his 9 channels in totality, because he really messed up a lot of other YouTubers' lives, man. He's responsible for people losing their jobs while he wants to sit there and eat Red Lobster and drink cocktails and think life is all good while he gets to bash on others from Canada, right? It's a scumbag, man. I really dislike people like that. Hate is a hard word. But let me pull up that video there. Here, let me search across my videos. Frauditor. Frauditor. Troll. I think this is the video, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Alrighty. Let's see here. Mute that. Yeah, this is it. Wonderful. Wonderful. Right, this is it. Oh no, this is another expose. Alright, hold on, give me a minute. Let me find that one. I want to find the video where he actually shows off his house to the world, where he's claiming he's such a rich man. Imagine how weak you are. You gotta come on YouTube and try to act like you're really rich. Frauditor troll, even though he's renting the house, but that's none of my business. No, I gotta do a little digging. Okay, I'll tell you what. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna watch. We're going to go over the lawsuit. Then after the lawsuit, I will try to locate the video. Never mind, I got it right on the screen. Never mind, I got it right on the screen. All right, let me put it on the screen here. Where is that at? Here we go. So this is Frauditor Troll's own video right here. And I have it unlisted. It's not made public. This video was released. I released this video. What was this? 2 years ago. So here's actually Frauditor Troll, him and his husband, showing the people claiming how rich he is, right? Here's his house. Here's the image that I showed you from his corporation. That's a guarantee fact, right? Right? There's his house. There's his guitar, and here's him walking around.
Something fraudulent. He
All
does.
right.
You said.
And if anybody needs the full video of Frauditor Troll in his own voice doing a walk around, showing his computer and his vase and his little pets and all that, this is it right here. Guaranteed, 1000%. With that being said, let me get that off the screen and let me go ahead and pull up the lawsuit so we can get right to it. Alrighty. So now, let's put the lawsuit here. Alrighty. Beautiful. So with that being said, defendant Jonathan Hutton as an individual residing at 99 Wall Street, Canada. And if you Google 99 Wall Street, all that is, that's called a Regis. He pays about $115 a month to have a professional mailing address in the United States. That's all it is. If you Google this address, it's in a Regis professional building. I had one of those offices in the downtown Chicago about 10 years ago. Me and my partner had a music corporation going, and we had one of those offices. We know what it's all about, okay? But anyhow, defendant Hutton Hulot, aka Frauditor Troll. Oh, do you guys see this on the screen? You guys see this all on the screen here? Let's see. Make sure you guys see this. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Here it is. And it's like a shame that his followers are so really dumbed down. They cannot really question the fraud himself, claiming everybody else is a fraud, while himself is hiding behind his keyboard. He won't show his face because I heard a rumor back then. I don't know if it's true or not. He claims I'm the one who spread a rumor, saying he was never able to prove it though. He claimed that I said that if he shows his image, it will be guaranteed that he's a convicted chomo from Canada. I'm not saying that's true, and I never said that. He could never show evidence of me making that claim, but he claimed I'm the one who said that, and that was the reason why he never showed his face. So let's clarify that. This man that you see on the screen right here, the reason why this is 1000% Frauditor Troll, the reason why Frauditor Troll claims he does not want to show his face is because he says he's fears somebody doxed him in the past and said he wanted to record in front of his house and his children going to school and all that. That's his excuse. But what I heard on a interview with him or a debate is that there was a claim that Frauditor Troll does not want to show his real face to his audience because if he did, they will identify him as a chomo in Canada. Now, let me set the record straight. I'm not making that claim. I don't know if that claim is true or false. I don't know. I'm just telling you some things that I heard in the past and what Frauditor Troll lied and said that I make that claim. If I did, he never showed the fucking proof to his audience. So with that being said, let's get right to the case here. There's a reason why he's not showing his face, man. I'm telling you. I don't know why, but eventually he's gonna have to pay for his consequences. That's really all it is. He's gonna have to pay. All right. So with that being said, all right. So line number 2, Frauditor Troll, defendant Frauditor Troll, defendant Frauditor Trolls responsible for infringing acts as described herein. Page 1 of 8 of the complaint. This is complaint Parker versus Hudden Hulot. Jurisdiction and venue. This court has jurisdiction under 28 U.S.C. 1331 federal question. Copyright as civil action arising from Copyright Act of United States 17 U.S.C. 101 in sequence. This court has supplemental jurisdiction over the state law and claims asserted herein pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1365. And let me let you guys know something right now before we continue. If this lawsuit goes successful, I wish the most success to the plaintiff, right? If this lawsuit does not go successful, it is not stopping everybody else from in here from contacting Frauditor Troll. What he likes to do to others, contact his local police department, contact his local state's attorney's office in Canada, contact his corporation, and let them know of the crimes he's committed on a daily basis, which is he's committing menacing over jurisdictional lines, menacing, harassment, sexual harassment, all type of shit he's doing. Okay, so it's not only this lawsuit, it's that we have to begin now contacting these agencies of the menacing that he's currently engaged in, and also who he is affiliated with, right? So this is just the very start right here. This might be a long case, drawn out 2-3 year case, maybe a year case, but it's not stopping you folks from getting on your stuff right now to hold this piglet accountable. And I have never released a video yet on how to do it. On how exactly to contact his agencies. So number 4, this court has personal jurisdiction over defendant Jonathan Hudden, Frauditor Troll, because defendant YouTube engages. Well, I don't know if they have jurisdiction because this piglet is in Canada. Well, they're going to have jurisdiction over him. So, defendant Frauditor Trolls YouTube routinely engages in activities directly targeting residents and communities within California. Specifically, defendant Frauditor Trolls content degrades the activities of First Amendment auditors operating within California, right? Thereby establishing sufficient minimum contacts with the state to object defendant Hudden's Frauditor Troll to the jurisdiction of this court. Number 5. Line 15. Venue is proper in the United States District, Southern District of California pursuant to 28 U.S.C. United States Code 1391B and subsection C. A substantial part of the events giving rise to the claim occurred in this district. As plaintiff's copyrighted work was created and published on YouTube, while plaintiff in California and defendants' infringing activities are directed at or impact others and contact originating from this judicial district. See, the pig, what he does is 9 times out of 10, I'm not even going to say 9 out of 10, 10 times out of 10, Frauditor Troll will himself become an intermeddler, which is he inserts his nose up somebody else's ass in business and he makes money out of that. Which he before he was making money, he was considered an interloper. Since he's getting involved in money, it now makes him an intermeddler. Okay, if there's no way he's 35 years old, 34 years old. He cannot claim ignorance to this. He's not a little boy. He's well aware of his actions and there is consequences. And we have not even begun yet. Number 6. Factual background. Plaintiff Robert L. Parker is the sole author and owner of the highly original and exclusive article and copyrighted work. This copyright work was initially published on the YouTube channel Talking Travis. Oh, okay. Salute to Talking Travis. Talking Travis on 26th of 2024 and subsequently revised on the 27th. The revision is specific subject of the copyright violation alleged herein. The copyrighted work was created and 2 of 8 complaint Parker versus Piglet. So published while the plaintiff was located in California, and it featured an exclusive story previously unreported by any other news outlet or publication. The copyrighted work exemplifies plaintiff's unique jurisdictional skills, including original research, creative expression, and distinctive narrative structure, rendering it a protected work of authorship under U.S. copyright law. Okay. Number 7, plaintiff has completed a formal registration of copyright work with the United States. Oh, I like that. Copyright Office, thereby fulfilling a statutory prerequisite for filing the civil action. A copy of the copyright certificate of registration will be provided upon issuance and or discovery. I wish he put that as an exhibit. That would have been a nice one. Number 8, on or about May 1st, defendant Jonathan Hudden, operating the channel Frauditor Troll, created and published a video that directly infringed on the plaintiff's copyright. Specifically, defendant video prominently featured the entirety of plaintiff's work by focusing the camera on printed text of article, and without authorization arbitration to plaintiff proceeded to read the entire article aloud to his audience. Number 9, defendant Piglet Jonathan Hudden then published this video on his own news, further compounding the infringement by adding disparaging remarks. See, this is what hate will get you. You know what I'm saying? He says from his own heart. He hates what he calls frauditors. He hates them. Come on, man. You're only bringing ill will towards your own heart in order for you to tell your audience that you hate somebody else, man. And I tried talking to him so many times in the past. I haven't even spoke to Frauditor Troll in over a year, 2 years. Just like the other one, the alleged one in Ohio. I haven't reached out to them because I'm building cases on these people, right? I'm building something much more, almost as big as a lawsuit, if not even bigger than that. But thereby suggesting that the contact was either defendant's original report or presented in derogatory contact without plaintiff's permission. Imagine these pigs and these little troll channels. They don't attack my channel no more because they see the work that my channel personally I'm doing. I have over 30 agencies. When I went and pointed my finger, told them this is how you got to follow the law, I come back and they follow the law. They prominently display everything. So it's like I'm in a class all by myself. I'm not being cocky or nothing, but my work is really showing a spiritual conduct. Here comes Long Island Audit. Last week, Long Island Audit, almost the biggest channel in auditing, went to Lake County in Illinois at 980,000 subscribers. Long Island Audit walks into the Lake County. He goes into the auditor's office, a government auditor. The government auditor hands Long Island some pages, some pieces of paper. Long Island Audit walks out so happy. Long Island Audit says he's been doing this for 4 years in his own words, and he never came in contact with this type of beautiful employee, this wonderful employee. 4 minutes later, Long Island Audit walks downstairs and he's greeted by the treasurer. 3 other employees come out with a big smile on their face, happy to see a First Amendment auditor, and tell him, yes, we have our stuff pointed up here. It's all prominently displayed. Why? Because a month before I visited that government agency, I had that government agency comply with the law. A month later, Long Island Audit goes, and all the government employees are so happy and so genuine to see another auditor. You see the type of work that the type of spirit that I put out? These employees, by the end, they will post up these records on their wall. They will post their purpose. They will post their budget. And they will be happy to point that out when you go and you ask about it. It took Long Island 4 years to make that statement. Salute to Long Island and salute to all the other auditors. But what I'm saying is my channel, the spirit behind my channel is the spirit behind the character behind the channel, right? You have to have that in your heart, that you have some type of compassion and some type of dignity or integrity, and or you have faith that there will be good things happening. And the only reason why I got here is because you folks all subscribe to it, and you folks help me out, and at the same time I put in the work by reading the language. So this is what I've been telling all the auditors there for so long. All the auditors do one session, and not even one of them's picking up on this. Just one guy in Michigan did. Read your State Freedom of Information Act for your people, for your subscribers on your channel. Now we have about 30 auditors in here. You auditor listening right now, do a dedicated session in reading your Freedom of Information Act for your people, for your state. I already read 15 or 20 FOIA acts of different states. But it's up to you, for you folks, to teach your people so the spirit could continue. Go look at Long Island's Audit's video and look at how wonderful these staff members are. They were so happy. They came out of the back room just to point fingers and say, here's our purpose on the wall. So you see, now what type of spirit and what type of maxim do you think people like Frauditor Troy are bringing? What do they think it's okay to cut every day 9 videos bash on people? These people attempting to stand up and exercise their right? It's a Long Island audit. 4 years, 1 million subscribers, 4 years for him to make that comment. I've never seen something like this. Well, Long Island Audit and all the other auditors, I've been shouting at you folks and telling you, you guys read your code. I've been telling you guys 3 years now, 4 years, let's take these piglets down. Frauditor Troll and the rest of them, they don't want to. They don't want to engage in that. But let me go ahead and continue here. Number 9, defendant Human then published this video, okay, including but not limited to the rights of reproduction, public display, public performance, and distribution of copyrighted work. This guy did his extra work. He went to that office and filed. Following the discovery at line 26, item number 10. Following the discovery of defendant's infringing video, plaintiff duly filed a copyright strike with YouTube regarding the infringing content. On May 2nd, 2025, defendant Jonathan Hudden filed a counter claim. Oh, that's cute. Notification with YouTube, right, just with YouTube. To plaintiff's copyright strike in full compliance with the 10 days of millennium on May 16th, seeking a court order for restrained defendant infringement activity. Alrighty. Number 11. In response to the counter notification and prior to the filing of the complaint, plaintiff emailed defendant stating, I am having a hard time constructing any reasonable perspective that your republication of my exclusive news article could possibly viewed as fair use, right? Because these pigs, the Frauditor Troll and the alleged one and all of them, they really are not about fair use. Fair use is almost about encouraging the person you're borrowing the video from. Well, they really steal the video. It's not fair for you to take another video and bash on the other person, right? It's not fair to bash on the other person. There is a level of free speech and there's a level of defamation, right? And these folks, from their own intentions, from the own hate that they have in their heart. Think about these piglets. They sit on the computer all day juggling 9 to 11 different channels, him and his husband, of all defamation, just sitting from behind the computer. Think about what that does to their eyes, looking at a computer all day, while the auditors out there have the dignity and strength to go out and hold a camera and believe that he's exercising his right. So defendant responded with a series of emails, including but not limited to, honestly, you are the most retarded person I ever dealt with. This is the same. So you see, this is Frauditor Troll calling the doctor that's suing him retarded person. Because Frauditor Troll thinks he's going to get away with this for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? But if YouTube, if only people come together and notify YouTube about this, him and his husband will lose all 9 of their YouTube channels altogether. The same thing with the alleged one from Ohio. These people are running 9 YouTube channels all on the same. I'm telling you, these people are making, I don't know, $15,000 a month, if not more. So, but they're making this money based off the YouTubers in here watching right now, their suffering or their dignity or their integrity being in jeopardy, right? So this is the same exact scenario as the newspaper sued YouTuber for reading their articles online. Don't worry, I'm in contact with YouTube representatives so they can investigate this incredible abuse of copyright system. I will make sure you are held accountable for violating copyright and harming my business. Check Smith versus Summit Entertainment. You will be held personally liable for defendant further emailed. You are a very sad individual, risking legal penalties just to get a video removed for 2 weeks. I have already seen someone so brain dead as you. You see, this is what I'm saying. This is Frauditor Troll. He goes and attacks other YouTubers. Then he starts calling them retarded. He starts calling them brain dead. Come on, man. You gotta mind your own business. You don't go and attack somebody else and keep bashing on them and think there's no consequences because you may live in a different country. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue here. Enjoy staying irrelevant and useless. Okay, but no, Frauditor Troll, you are relevant and you are an honorable king because you are so rich. You eat duck and you drink cocktails. You drink French cocktails. And you are a rich person and you have integrity, right? But all he does is bash on people. 9 videos a day with 9 different channels bashing on people's circle of negativity, right? But he thinks that he's relevant or he's some type of, and so these communications demonstrate defendant's intent to intimidate plaintiff, to unlawfully interfere with plaintiff's business and professional reputation, and to discourage plaintiff from enforcing his legitimate copyright interest. Cause of action, beautiful. Copyright infringement. Line number 12, plaintiff incorporates by reference all paragraphs set forth above as though fully set forth herein. Section 13, plaintiff Robert L. Parker is one of a valid and properly registered copyright in the copyrighted work, as evidenced by his ownership of the work and the registration within the U.S. copyright and alleged paragraph 7. Number 14, and I will leave a message when Frauditor Troll has this video removed. I'll put a picture of the coward. Number 14, defendant Jonathan Hutton, Frauditor Troll, copied, reproduced, publicly displayed, publicly performed, and distributed substantial protected portions of plaintiff's copyright work, specifically by focusing a camera on the printed text of an article regarding the entire article, allowed and published the video content on the Frauditor Troll YouTube channel, all without plaintiff's authorization or consent. Okay, here's what I'm going to do for you, Frauditor Troll. The minute you have, here's what I'm going to do for you, Frauditor Troll. If you have this video removed today, which I don't want you to, but obviously you're a piglet because I have your image, you and your husband. That's one reason how you could have this video removed. Another reason is because I'm showing your public record, which is your full name. That's another reason how you could have this video removed. You could also do nothing and not have the video removed, but here's what I'm going to do for you. If you have the video removed today, tomorrow I may have a video instructing everybody how to contact your local government and let them know of the crimes you are doing, right? If you don't have this video removed today, and if you have it removed Monday, I'll wait to put that video out Monday or Tuesday, right? So it's up to you. The minute you want to have this video removed, we have part 2 coming up. Plus, there's people watching right now that are recording this video. We're going to dump this with your full name and your corporation address, because that's your business, right? Before it's your house, it's your business. And we're going to post that on Rumble, and we're going to post that on Reddit or whatever sites you use. We're gonna post it all over the internet where it cannot be scrubbed or removed. So when they look up your full name, they're gonna look you up and they're gonna have all that detail about you, right? Line number 16, as a direct and proximate result of defendant's copyright infringement, plaintiff has suffered and will continue to suffer damages, including but not limited to actual damages. Defendant profits to the infringement and statutory damages with attorney fees caused under 17 USC. Alrighty, count 2, interference with prospective economy advantage. Alrighty. So, and if anybody needs this PDF, all you gotta do is email me. I will send you this lawsuit to your email. Tommy V, if you could post my email there, we'll pin it. Number 17, plaintiff incorporates by reference all paragraphs set forth above and fully set forth herein. Number 18, at all relevant times, plaintiff Robert L. maintained an economic relationship with his audience and potential business partners through the publication of original news content and on his YouTube channel, Talking Travis, which will plaintiff reasonably expected to realize, alrighty, economic benefit, including but not limited to viewership, subscription growth, and advertising revenue. Yep, there goes my email in there. If you want this full PDF, I'll send it to you. It is a searchable. Number 19, defendant Jonathan Hudden, frauditor troll, had knowledge of the economic relationship and plaintiff's reasonable expectation of future economic benefit. Number 20, defendant Jonathan Hudden intentionally engaged in acts designed to disrupt the economic relationship between plaintiff and his audience and to prevent plaintiff from realizing prospective economic advantage. These acts include but are not limited to the unauthorized reproduction, public display, public performance, and distribution of public exclusive copyright work. But are not limited to, or wait a minute, work and the subject aggressive and disparaging email communications. See, the dumb fucker frauditor troll, he loves doing that. He loves calling people retarded and stupid and frauds right after they try to copyright a strike, after he defames them and steals a video from them, right? He doubles down, triples down. Man, there's some things that I'm not gonna say on here. I'm telling you, frauditor troll, he does not know what he's doing, man. I'm telling you. And I made this very clear to him from day one, man. But he's hard-headed. In the Bible it says man knows not what he does. He does not know that verse because I believe he's either an atheist or a Satanist. But that's just my opinion. So, which were intended to intimidate plaintiff and harm his business and professional reputation. Number 21. Defendant Hudden Hulot's acts include the copyright infringement were inadequate, wrongful, and unlawful. Line number 22. Defendant Hudden Hulot's acts, including the copyright infringement, were independently wrongful and unlawful. Line number 16, 22, as direct and proximate result of defendant intentional and wrongful